Hey, good morning. As you see, I made it back. First thing I want to do is I want to thank everybody who watched the videos and followed me on my trip. I want to thank you and appreciate all the good thoughts. Got a lot of good comments and a lot of good well wishes, a lot of good I'm praying for you. Man, that meant a lot. Kind of kept me from getting homesick and, it really meant a lot to me knowing that on Facebook and on these videos that people were watching out. Second of all, kind of recap. It's like I said, I left here on day one, drove out, went through Alabama, Georgia, had a good campsite, camped at that KOA. KOA had a little sketchy, had some people, but that was pretty fine, slept okay. And I went, nah, well, actually, I slept by interstate, wasn't so great. Second day, I drove all the way up through Virginia, across Chesapeake Bay. Super good campground there, man. If you ever go, it's called Cape Charles. And man, I had a beach, it's kind of crowded, but I didn't mind that, But if you had a camper, it'd be, a cool place, very inexpensive. So KOAs overall, I give the first one about a 5 out of 10, and I give the second one about an 8 out of 10. Okay, then I went on to OC the next day and met up with my buddy Tony. We hung out a little bit. Was supposed to go to a Kicks concert that night, but we didn't. We just cooked some steaks and did some crab fishing. Never did that before. Had a super good time. Like I say, Tony's my old Army buddy. I hadn't seen him in 37 years, and we did some catching up and did some talking. Next day, we goofed around there, and I can't remember anyway. You have to kind of watch the videos, and I think we actually went to that George Thorogood and another concert. We watched a little, like 2 songs of each, and then when I got something to eat, and did that. Third day, we goofed around there, rode the bus, and cooked out some steaks and caught up. Okay, so then I got up the next morning. I think that was like Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I got up, drove back to back across the bay, and went and met up with went to Drew's house, Drew's and Kelly, and really good time. Got there, they got a nice little place, and chilled out a little bit. Then went to got with Kelly when Drew went and got a haircut. Then we went over and went over and met the Limbs, her mom and dad and her sister. Hung out, visited a little bit. Then we went back, picked up Drew, and went to eat nice little restaurant outside. So then we spent the night at Drew's. Then Drew and I got up next morning. Drew and I got up and we drove from Virginia Beach, drove 200 miles to the beginning of the Parkway. Then we drove half of it. Man, that was a tough ride. Then we had to figure out, where to get off, and wound up going about 20 miles off. Went through Sparta, went to a little place called Independence. Spent the night, had a sub sandwich. But everywhere we'd go, though, you couldn't go in and get something to eat, except for this whole trip. The only where I could ever go in was like a Waffle House and a Cracker Barrel. And so we left there. So we spent the night there. Left there, went back to the Parkway to ride the second half. And man, it was tough. Man, it was clouds up through there. I mean, literally couldn't see 20 feet in front of you, and it is literally hairpin after hairpin after hairpin. One place you're coming around, it's like coming around this curve, and it's like just this open, and it's here's a cliff that's a straight up like 300-foot rock wall, and the clouds are coming and hitting and rolling off of that. I'm talking like 40, 50 mile an hour winds just rolling, and bikes just shuddering up, man. It was nerve wracking. And I literally was so tense, but we finished that stinking thing. And anyway, got through that, and it finished at Cherokee. And I think I put on one of my Facebook pages that we drove from Cherokee out, but we actually drove on through there for a while. Got probably 50 miles out of Cherokee, and then we found, and I'm leading at this point, and we were going to drive to dark, and I'm like, no. I saw a motel on the side of the road, Best Western, and I'm like, we out. So got there, luckily we found some Burger King there, and was good. Hooked up, got some Burger King, and then I don't think then I started having problems with my phone cord, and my phone wasn't charged. I don't think I took any video after that. But then we left out of there, left out of Cherokee. North Cherokee, wherever we was at, and drove. And that was a beautiful ride through there. We left in the dark, in the rain, drove through Chattanooga, took the way back through through Alabama, and and then into Tupelo. Rained about halfway through, And then when we got home, we got almost to the house and hit rain again about Oxford. And so we started in the rain and finished in the rain. But I'm going to tell you what, I think the whole trip, I think it was 2,460 something miles. Man, I tell you what, boy, that old Thunder bike just rolled. That Milwaukee 8 engine's amazing. Bike never got hot, never pinged, just never let me down. I tell you, I think I jump on that bike and go anywhere. And just a really, really good ride. But man, I tell you, I was so tired when we got back, and we've been back, second day back now. Excuse me. And man, trying to get rest up. And but I'm gonna tell you what, it was a great trip, and man, I can't wait till the next one. But again, hey, thanks for watching, and hey, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the like button, and join me in some adventures in the future. All right, hey, we love every one of y'all. All right.